Welcome to episode 7 of the Ready for More podcast. Find your community. Find one or two communities of like-minded people who can support you. Welcome to the Ready for More podcast, where we share success strategies and stories for women business owners, entrepreneurs who are ready for more for yourself and for your business. I'm your host, Heather Cameron, and I'm here to help you to discover your unique path to profitability, success, so you can achieve your more on your own terms. Are you ready for more? You can find today's show notes and links at www.igniteyourmarket.com/readyformore. Hi, today's episode is about the power of community. It's so important for us as entrepreneurs, as women, to seek out a community of like-minded, supportive people. You know, entrepreneurship isn't easy, especially if you're on your own, you're a company of one or two people, maybe you're a virtual company where you have a VA and you're working, but we spend a lot of time in our own space with ourselves. When you're working from home, you don't get that coffee chat that you used to get when you worked in a corporation and you went down and took a break and you had a chance to chat and brainstorm ideas. And there's a powerful sense when we connect with other people. You know, depending on your situation as an entrepreneur, you may have supportive loved ones, or you may have loved ones who just really don't understand what you do. And even if they're hugely supportive, they don't understand all of the kind of ins and outs of being an entrepreneur and some of the challenges that we're faced. And they may not be the best sounding boards when we need to work through a problem or we need to learn something new. The entrepreneurship journey can be lonely sometimes because of that. So having a community and reaching out and taking the action to join a community is really, really important. Another benefit of being part of a community is that we don't know what we don't know. You know, things are changing so quickly in the business space these days that sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. And maybe we have a desire to add something to our business and we don't know how to do that. Or perhaps we've never even considered something into our business because we didn't know that it was a possibility to do that. And that's the power of community. Communities can bring us back and they can give us ideas. There's also one of my favorite powers of a community is the power of accountability. Now, there's lots of studies out there, if you do, Google it, that when we have a goal and we just have the goal, our success rate of actually achieving it is kind of 50-50. When we actually have the goal and we write it down, we increase our success rates of achieving it. And then at the higher level, it's when we have the goal, we write it down and we tell it to somebody else. We tell someone else that we are going to get this done. That's when our goals start hitting a higher rate of actualization, right? We have a higher chance of completing our goals because we've shared it with someone else and someone else is going to hold us accountable. Just the fact that we've told someone else we're going to have it done by Friday makes us much more accountable to get it done than if we just write it on a to-do list in our own world and not share it with someone else. And that to me is one of the biggest powers of community. So some of the benefits of community are collective wisdom, that ability for us to share what we know with other people, our ability to take each piece that we each have and create something bigger and broader. So there's that sense of collective wisdom. There's the fact that just being with other people will push us beyond our limits. It gives us that sense of inclusion and that sense of helping each other. And it really does push us beyond what we do when we just are within ourselves. Another big benefit of power of community is the support and the belief that we each other can do this. To have someone say when you're not having such a motivated day that, hey, you can do this, or here's how I could help you do this, or if you're stuck, let me help you. So there's this support and belief. Another power of community is the sense of presenting new ideas. Like I said earlier, you don't know what you don't know. So when you're part of a powerful community, you can start to learn and have new ideas. And, sometimes I think we get our blinders on as business people and we're going down a path and we don't see what's outside our blinders. And sometimes it just takes someone to give us a piece of information that kind of pops the blinders off for a little bit and lets us look at the world from a different perspective. And that generates new ideas and it generates new opportunities in our business. The fifth reason is the borrowed momentum or borrowed motivation. So, you're having a day, you're not that motivated, you go reach out to a community of like-minded people and they can give you wonderful motivation. they can help you kind of pick it up. I don't know if you ever worked out at a gym and you kind of gone in sluggish and everybody else is working really hard. It helps you pick it up and get involved in it. So that's another power of community, is that borrowed motivation or that momentum that you find they have. So you jump on that momentum train and you have the same momentum. And the sixth one, which I mentioned earlier, is accountability. The power of being accountable to someone, to have that extra accountability, to make it public, and to say that you're going to be somewhere at some point in time or you're going to complete something is huge. And that's the importance of community. So where do you find your communities? It's really important that you get out and you find and reach your community. And to me, there's kind of two types of communities. There's the offline communities and the online communities. So for the offline communities where you physically have to go and meet them, there's such an energy and a power of getting out and finding like-minded people in your own community. So where can you find them? You can find them at meetups is a great place. And meetups as a tool has become a wonderful way to reach out and find where there is a community, a networking group that is similar to you. It doesn't have to be the people that you're selling to. You're going to this community to learn and to be supportive. Find a community that energizes you and be participant. Participate in the community. Go to the events. Even consider hosting an event depending on how the organization's done. Another place to find a community of people is your Chamber of Commerce. Local Chamber of Commerce function differently, but there can be a lot of really good events and community activities within the Chamber of Commerce. Of course, there are charitable organizations and other things like that you can join, and you can be participant in that community. The online communities, the really big push right now for online communities are the ones that I'm aware of. And like I said earlier, you don't know what you don't know. So there might be other ways. I find great value in online communities with Facebook groups. So finding a Facebook group of like-minded entrepreneurial people, entrepreneurial women, and going and joining them and see the value. And in all honesty, the value that you get out of these groups is the value that is the energy that you put into them. So participate in their daily threads. Answer questions, spend some time. And if you've listened to any of my other recordings, you'll know I'm an advocate of controlling how much time you spend in social media. But find a couple of groups and make them part of your social media plan and the energy that you put into them. Another place is, paid groups and masterminds. So maybe you've participated or you do participate in a paid group program or a mastermind program. That's another way to create that community. And finally, you can reach out to someone. Find someone on Facebook who might be a really good match, or not just Facebook, but find somebody who is a good match for you and create an accountability relationship and use that. Right? Use that as a way to form community. So being an entrepreneur on our own can be kind of isolating. So it's really important that you reach out and that you find a community and that you do that. So the power of community sits in that collective wisdom, in that accountability, and the generating new ideas and generating momentum and doing all of that. So I encourage you to reach out and find your communities. And as an announcement for my own community, I am launching this week a new community in Facebook, a new group called Ready for More Women Business Owner Circle. The name may change a bit, but that's its current name right now. And it's really aligned with this podcast about being ready for more. It's for 40 plus women business owners who want more for your business and yourself. You want a place to connect and network with like-minded women. You want a community that's caring and supportive and passionate, that women can be successful and can do anything at any age. There's no limits to what we can do, particularly when we help each other get there. The community and the Facebook group is going to be about sharing your success stories, building relationships, helping each other. It's also going to be, ask a question and I will do my best to answer your question. So it's meant to be a nurturing environment where we as 40 plus women can get together and really focus on that next level of our business, and do it in a way that's fun, that's enjoyable, that's there as a support that we all need. No matter what level of business we're in, we all need support, and we all need that sense of connection to a community. So I hope you join. You'll be able to find the link to the community in the show notes and in the description. I'd love to have you come and join the community, and I'll be talking more about this as time evolves, both with the Ready for More podcast and the Ready for More Women Business Owner Circle community. So thank you very much. And my last parting words is, no matter where you find it. Find your community. Find one or two communities of like-minded people who can support you, who can push you in the right directions, who can help with new ideas, who can help you be accountable and create momentum and motivation for you. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Ready for More podcast. You can find today's show notes and links at www.igniteyourmarket.com/readyformore. My name is Heather Cameron. I'm your podcast host. And when I'm not hosting this podcast, I'm busy working with entrepreneurial women like you who are ready for more in their business and are looking to get focused on their own unique path to success. You can find more about myself and my programs at www.igniteyourmarket.com. If you like what you heard, feel free to rate, review, and share with your friends. And don't miss an episode by subscribing. Until next time, remember, now is the best time to focus on your more and be inspired by your own unique gifts.